Robotics, and as Michal said, we were founded a year ago. And basically, we want to improve the lives of older adults to have a more engaged and active lifestyle. We want to do this by using cutting-edge technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, cognitive computing. And we have a very multidisciplinary team. Our first hire was a gerontologist, something that is very different in the startup world. And we're basically a lot of software developers, machine learning experts, and we have a wide range of advisors. Yves Bahar, if anybody heard of him, is a well-renowned industrial designer. He designed the product that I'm going to show. We have Professor Gal Kaminka from Bar Ilan. He's on our board. And I mean, we're working with these guys. They're not just on our slide as advisors. We see them every week, and they're working with the team to make this product. Let's see a quick video before we drill down.
Mary, Megan sent a new photo. Would you like to look at it?
Yes, please. Oh, he's a gem.
Would you like to respond to Megan's post?
Sure.
Recording in 3, 2, 1.
LEQ reminds me to take my meds, arranges rides for me. She even reminds me of all my appointments.
Mary, don't forget bridge with the Golden Girls at 1 p.m. Would you like to practice?
Oh, I don't need to practice.
I didn't catch that. Do you want to play bridge or not?
Oh, fine. Let's play.
Mary, you wanted to Skype with Liz. Would you like to do that now?
Oh, sure, that sounds great. Hey, honey.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, I just noticed, is it a little cool in the house?
Oh, it feels great. I'm doing my Tai Chi now.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, Mom. Just checking in. You take care.
I'm fine, sweetie. Chat later.
There's a new TED Talk waiting for you if you'd like to watch it. Or perhaps you could go for a walk.
That's a good idea, LEQ.
Great, Mary. I'll be right here when you get back.
Great.
Now let's take a step back. Adas said it earlier, but we're talking about the world population is aging. The amount of older adults age 65 plus is about to double by 2050 and represent about 16% of the world's population. In a study that was carried out in the US a year and a half ago, 46% of the elderly self-proclaim that they're feeling lonely. In the UK, listen to this, 49% say that the TV is their main companion. Very, very sad statistics. Loneliness and social isolation have negative effects on a person's cognitive and physical health. It can lead to a greater risk of developing dementia, depression, and even mortality. Technology is not helping this, right? It's rapidly evolving. I can't keep up. You know, who's on Snapchat these days? I don't know if anybody here is on Snapchat, right? So how can we expect the older adults to be? Do we really expect them to, I don't know, stream music to their Bluetooth speaker with Spotify, right? They're feeling left behind. Everybody's joining this, you know, technological party, and they're not there. And that's not helping them, the loneliness and the social isolation. This is how we should age. Remember that picture from the first slide of the old lady feeling lonely? We want them to be happy. We want them to have a full life, to feel empowered, to have an active and engaged lifestyle, and not feel lonely and feel like that technology is taking the world a step, you know, advancing it, and they're feeling left behind. With LEQ, we believe that we can simplify the technological experience, and I'll show you in a second what it can do. And we could bring down that digital divide that there is going on right now. And if until now they weren't able, if before they were able to, put a CD in their CD player, let's say this CD player broke. Yeah, this happened to my grandfather like a week ago, and I can't even find a CD player to buy him now, right? So they're losing abilities that they had, And now, because of the technological advances, they can't be in the same world with us. So a little bit about Ellie-Q. So we saw a few things in the movie. She can help you communicate. She can, how many of you ever tried to help your parents, your grandparents start a Skype call, right? Turn on the camera, I can't hear, right? It's very, very hard. So we can have very easy access to Skype, to video calls. It doesn't have to be Skype. They can send and receive photos and messages via Facebook Messenger. It's very, very easy. It's very, very seamless. Okay, and the screen, and I'll talk about the design a little bit later, can also act as a connected picture frame. We know from the data that we collected from the elderly that they really like the Sony picture frame. So we had that already incorporated in the tablet. Another thing that she can do is she can connect the elderly to the digital content that is out there, right? They can connect you to audiobooks, to cognitive games, to listen to music, right? She can act as your assistant, and we'll talk about digital assistant in a minute. She can arrange rides for you. She can remind you to take your medications. She can remind you that your son has a birthday. Why don't you send him a gift? Or why don't, and she can act as your companion. And this is something that I was actually really surprised from the data that we gathered, is that people were saying that older people were saying that this is the most important thing for them. They walk around the house, let's say after their spouse passed away, and they say good morning. And all of a sudden, somebody answers them back. So that was a big thing. She, instead, we're going to talk about speech in a minute, but she doesn't only talk. She can just look at the elder when he passes by, and you're feeling that you're not alone in the house. When you receive a picture, she looks at the picture with you. And we'll see that in 1 minute. And there's also an option for wellness monitoring. We're very, very keen on respecting the elder, on his privacy, right? Like Ron was talking about the privacy. So this is only if they allow it. There's a remote key for the caregiver, for the kid, that if something abnormal is in the house, they can get a notification. It's after 12 p.m., and there are 4 people in the house, and that can say that something isn't right. The unique thing about Ellie-Q is that she's proactive. We learned that older people, right, they're a little bit reactive. They're not so used to saying commands, I want this, I want to listen to this song, I want to do that. They a lot sit on the couch and just waiting for things to happen. And so Ellie-Q is proactive. She learns how to proactively suggest activities for you. If she sees, and she has cameras, if she sees that a person has been sitting on the couch for a while and it's a nice day out because she knows the weather, then she'll ask, maybe you should go out and take a walk. Maybe you should call your son because it's his birthday. And this is what Ellie-Q differs from different products that are out there. Another thing about Ellie-Q is that through machine learning, she learns. She learns the person's habits. She knows that in the morning, if after twice that he went down the stairs at 8 a.m., went into the kitchen, started drinking coffee, and asked for headline news, on the 3rd day, she'll already ask, would you like to hear the headline news now? She learns when to interrupt, to proactively suggest these ideas, when to interrupt, how to do it, in what tone of voice should I do it so that the person will actually take my suggestion. So that's that. So it's pretty hard talking about all these subjects after Roberto's amazing keynote. But we know about these, right? These stiff digital assistants. We knew, now the norm, as Michal, Nava was saying, now we wake up in the morning and we find ourselves talking to our speakers, right? Why are we talking to speakers? Yeah, so we want to take it a step further. We knew that we want different kinds of interaction, not just talking to an object. And that's why we had actually two options, either going the humanoid way, right? That's Pepper by SoftBank. Adas was showing, now that, and we knew that this would be very, very hard to do. There's uncanny valley. People are very afraid of allowing this sort of robot that can replace a human being to allow them in the house. We don't want Ellie-Q to replace a person, right? If you get Ellie-Q and you buy it for your parents, it's not instead of coming to their house. It's just another thing that can help them interact with us, with the digital world. So we went the objectoid way, just like Jibo and social robots. And that's why Yves Bahar designed Ellie-Q for us. which looks like this, and I'll show it in a demo very, very soon. There's the physical entity, and we have a screen, a tablet, that you can detach and sit on the couch with. There's interaction all the time between both. She controls what happens on the tablet. It also helps us for the hearing impaired, if there's going to be subtitles on the tablet. Beyond speaking, she moves. She can display things on the screen. She makes sounds. She lights up. All these together, all these degrees of freedom, can, a combination of all these adds to the expressional, interaction that we can have with her. You start developing a sort of emotional attachment to this thing, because it's not only a speaker that just stands there. It's something that moves. It's a physical entity, right? So also from the beginning, I'll show you a quick movie. We didn't have, this was beginning of last year. We had just a prototype that we printed from a 3D printer. We didn't really know how it's going to look. But from the beginning, we knew that body language is the way that we're going to have to develop LEQ, right? Our communications are not only verbal, where, body language, the tone of voice that we talk, everything plays a very important role in how we connect and how we have an interaction with one another. So we call this new, I don't know if it's new, but this, the multi-dimension expression natural communication. This is an actual LEQ that we filmed. Look at how she moves, how she tilts her head. Here we have a center of attention in the middle, the light. We actually decided not to do eyes. Here she looks at the screen with you when you get a picture, when you get something in a minute. Here, if she's amazed, you told her something, like, shut up, stop talking to me, she can be amazed. She can be shy. If she's shy, she looks down a little bit. All these things are the nonverbal interaction. So now we'll get to a short demo that we filmed. I have to remind you that it's a prototype, okay? So we'll see.
LEQ, what can you do?
Yes?
What can you do?
I can show pictures. Send and receive messages from your loved ones. Display videos. Start a video call. Play music and suggest activities.
I'll show you one more.
Regular Facebook Messenger.
We have a chat bot for LEQ on Facebook Messenger that you can interact with her.
So for the family, it's really easy, right? It's the way we communicate with each other. We send messages to our family group all the time. We don't need to go into a grammar app of sorts. And for the older adult, it just arrived. So let's see the picture. LEQ.
She's looking at him when he talks.
Show me my messages.
Door sent you an image. Do you want to view it?
Sure.
Looks like they went skiing. Looks fun.
So through Google API, she knows how to identify what's in the picture, and she'll interact with you about it. So just to finish, I want to say that a lot of products that are out there right now for the elderly focus on their disabilities, right? They have these huge buttons that if you fall, you call somebody, you have a watch, so it'll let you, yeah. So we want to celebrate aging, to celebrate this chapter of life, to have them in this, the digital world that is going on, and have them, enjoy this chapter of life. That's it. Thank you.